Good afternoon. Oops, the wind blowing my chair. Never mind. There we go. Hi. Well, it's a bit windy today. Scotland is so changeable, the weather. And it's slightly cold. About 13 degrees. And up in Scotland you get that west wind. Oh, and in winter it can be brutally cold. So I'm going to talk about lots of different things today, as always, and I love being in nature, and I just love it. And another thing about having free time and doing my trading and everything else, because money works for me. And I want to show you how, once you get money working for you, how good your life could be. For example, I had a repair, an extension. My plug became, one of the wires came off this here, and I had to disassemble it and assemble it and fix it, which I did. And with my kettle, this is a travel kettle, but with the van life, that's the type of electric kettle you will have, unless you've got a great big generator. This is only 1,000 watts, so it's low wattage, but it's only 1 litre. Whereas in a normal house, you can have I think most kettles are about 2,000 watts, or maybe more. But when you're on the van life, generally it's about 1,000 watts. Because it's 1,000 watts, I can use my inverter with my AGM batteries with the diesel engine running to make a cup of tea or coffee if I want to when I'm on the road. But generally, if I'm in a quiet spot, I'll use my petrol generator with this. Perfect. But with this today, I did a small repair here because using it every day was getting worn and was starting to fray, so I had to push it in and retighten the screws inside, and I did that, and I did my repair. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these mundane things is I get pleasure from doing that for 2 reasons. One, it made me feel good that I repaired and didn't have to buy new. And with me doing the repairs, I saved the environment as well. Whereas when I was busy, always working hard all the time, as soon as something didn't work, I would chuck it out and buy something new. Because it was easy and my life was geared to consuming and spending money. Whereas now, my life's about free time and quality and making my life better. And it's not just about money and material things, yes? I know that seeing the same old views probably are boring, but that's not what I'm talking about. You could have this anywhere. You could be up in nice woods. I remember when I lived down south, I used to be quite close to Bracknell Forest, and they've got lovely woods there to walk in. Really, really is nice. So you could easily go there and find a quiet spot and, have your little picnic there. But what I'm trying to say to you is that my life's got better since I made money work for me rather than me work for money. For example, because of my lucky trades this year, I plan in October to buy a yacht. A sea-going yacht, yes, because I can. And my life's compounded to that level. So how is that possible? Well, I love the van life. But I would rather get a yacht so I can go to deserted beaches, and the boat life is no different to the van life. You've got everything on board your boat, and it's just mobile on the water boat, whereas my van is mobile on the road network, on land. And what I'm trying to say to you is that once you get used to an alternative lifestyle, it really grows on you, and you've also got more knowledge to give to others. For example, I was in town today speaking to the manager, and I was explaining my problem with a third world refugee who was working in a shop. I'm pretty sure that was the scenario. Basically, his English was poor, and he basically was rude to me. I was not rude, I was abrupt and firm in my approach back. Basically, he stood his ground, and I said, I'll do it myself. That was more or less how it was. There was no reason for me not to do it myself. But when people don't have high language skills, it can be so easy to have a misunderstanding. And what I was saying is, because this is how Britain is today, and it's the same everywhere, because I've been all over the UK, It's not just in Scotland, England, it's, I think, probably standard. That there's misunderstandings with the third world because their lack of command of English is showing in how they speak. And you can't say nothing, because whatever you say will be twisted against you. And that's the problem. It's just frustrating. It's not that people are racist or I'm racist. That isn't the problem. I remember there was somebody who worked in the co-op down south, and they spoke standard English high, and I respected it straight away. Because I'd been an English teacher. If someone speaks in English, they're a foreigner, I respect that. It's the exact same. Someone's got a six-pack, I automatically give someone respect. Male, female, regardless. I thought, well, you're doing well. Interesting, isn't it? However, if someone is overweight, not speaking the language, grunts at you, well, it's hard work, and it's best just to avoid it, because whatever you say, you take the fall. So going on to something else is, I love nature because it heals me, and nothing really bothers me really. But imagine I had to do a normal job. I had to work with people I didn't like all day, every day, 5 days a week. Oh, that must be awful. However, I've got to say that once you're out in the nature like me, it's healing. It's like, for example, I have a problem with learning French at the moment, because I like to learn it in the morning, but at the moment, for some reason or other, my AI doesn't work very well in the mornings, but in the evenings it works pretty good. So either it is a data problem here in the UK, or it may be wherever it goes. I don't know exactly where it goes, the AI, where it's based. But what I'm trying to say is that in the evenings I can learn French easier than in the mornings. But it's no big deal. I just go with the flow. And imagine I was working and I work late, just say, for example. I'd want to do my French learning in the morning. Well, but the problem AI is not working, I would have that frustration. And that's a good thing about having free time, no pressure over money. You just go with the flow. And for example, I've upgraded I'm with GIFGAF, for my broadband, and I'm doubling my gigabytes to 200 because I'm going to do more of this with you, because I want more people to be like me. I want you to meet my daughter. She's Slovak and she speaks English as a second language. And hopefully in the UK I'll be sponsoring someone, because I can't really go into a relationship with anyone because I'm going abroad and I've got an international daughter. So I can really only have an international lady. Hopefully I would like to speak English, and she's French. French is probably best for me because I'm learning French, and I like being with people who speak different languages. I see it where I'm on this island as well. People are tribal. They stay in their little groups, and it's limiting. Everybody's my equal. It doesn't matter whether they're Oxford, Cambridge, whether they are elite spy from Cambridge. I do like spies connected to embassies. The reason being is I enjoy my conversations with people like that. They like honest conversations. And with me being a British national, they're interested to see, even if they're French or whatever, international communities, spy community, I like. Because I can have good conversations. Interesting, isn't it? Because if you travel, you meet them all. The good, the bad, and the ugly when you travel. But most people are good. But it's just how it is. If you're a tourist in a certain area, well, you might get scammed by someone. Oh, there's a tourist. Oh, he's a mark. It's just how it is. Or she's a mark. It's just how it is. But even though today in Scotland it's slightly cold, it doesn't really matter. Because I can put on my diesel. If it gets cold, I've got my diesel heater to put on if I want. And what I'm trying to say is, it's no big deal. And that's a good thing about getting out off grid and off the system. It's just so nice. It's just so nice. I've only got compliance once a year with my vehicle when I have to MOT it in the UK. But that's it. It's no big deal. And what I'm trying to say to you is it's just a nice life outside the system, and not having to do a job you don't want. I mean, every morning I do check my trades that I have on, that are live, but I'm not trading at the moment. I will be trading probably in October. It depends on the commodity prices. Because with commodities, because I talk about anything and everything, I like all this. You get English language, nutrition, fitness, you get it all from me. Because if you come near me and become more like me, you'll never look back. And I'm not a burden on the state. Therefore I've got voice of authority. Britain's a good country. What's basically happened with Britain on that subject? There's too many people taking advantage of the system, and the system no longer works. And it doesn't matter whether you're a refugee or a British national, both sides are taking advantage in certain ways, and we're needing new role models. We need to be self-sufficient. Like, for instance, I want to buy a yacht in October. I plan to buy a yacht, but I might not, but I plan to buy a yacht, low 5 figures, in October when prices are good, because I want a seagoing yacht, because I quite happy sail to France. I like all that. Yeah, but that's how it is. You've got to do different things and learn new tricks. I've loved learning the van life, really loved it, and the van life I really love, but I want more. Celebrities are the same, elites are the same. They're not greedy. They like new experiences. And if you're like me, you get the new experiences, your value for others. Yes, value for others. Well, I'm going to call it quite a day today, and I hope you enjoyed me talking about my boring day, but that's life. You know, doing mending and repair stuff, it's nice. It's quite strange, isn't it? I used to be a consumer, I used to buy new and chuck stuff out, and now I mend and repair because I want things to last. And it's not about being tight for money, because money isn't a problem. I just like making things last. Strange, isn't it? Once how you get your life together, how much more balanced you are. That's who I am. I guess I'm balanced. Yeah, healthy body, healthy mind. Yeah, do all my yeah, it's true. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to cut off now, and don't you work too hard. I'll see you tomorrow, and enjoy the view. It's a bit dull today. Bit dull. See you tomorrow. Bye.